Hey everyone, this is Alana with FidgetHaven Reviews, and today I am going to do a video on how to remove and replace bearings with the FidgetHQ bearing tool. I know a lot of you have had questions about it, and I figured what a better way to show you guys how to do it than to actually take a video. It's a lot easier to understand than just typing something out. So I hope you'll bear with me. Hopefully I'll only have to do this in one take. It's the second time that I'm going to be using the bearing tool. The first time that I used it, I didn't have to boil the spinner with the bearing that I wanted to remove. It came out really easily, so I'm hoping that that will be the case again. If not, I will have to take a little pause and then boil it to heat up the glue that is holding the bearing in here, and then continue. So keep your fingers crossed that I don't have to do that, because it will make this take a lot longer. So basically, it's really easy to do. I've switched out a bunch of bearings before. This is the second time I'm using this tool, but I actually have another tool that I have used several times. And it's really not difficult. It's a lot more daunting looking than it actually is. So today I have the Thrax Mini. It's a great little spinner. I think that I need to turn my focus lock off. Let's see, can I do it? Yeah, that might be a little better. Is that better? Okay, hopefully it's not too washed out or whatever. I will adjust as necessary. So yeah, we have the Thrax Mini. It's a great little spinner, but I can't deal with the bearing in it. It's a long spinner, but it has a ton of play to it, and I just prefer bearings that have less play. So I have this bearing here. Looks like a one drop. It is not a one drop. It's going to be a new offering from Premium EDC Gear, and they are pretty much identical to the one drops, but they will be less expensive, which yay, because one drops are really expensive. So I'm going to start by taking the buttons off my spinner. Here we have a Pressfit bearing, and I'm going to take my bearing tool apart. So I'm going to go over the little parts that it has. I apologize if anything ends up happening off camera. I have it at a different angle than I usually do, and I'm not quite looking at what I'm doing in it. So we have the top piece, at least I'm calling it the top piece. We have the plastic protective rim for removal. It fits within this little nook on the bottom piece so that it doesn't slide around, and it protects your spinner from, rubbing against metal and gives it a little area to drop down into. Then we have the 608 attachment. My zoom is so messed up. I'm kind of trying to fix it, but it's not perfect. Anyway, 608 attachment, and then the R188 attachment, which is the one that we're going to be using. So you take the plastic attachment to protect the spinner, and you slide the threaded part through the bearing. Then you take, where did I put it? Am I blind? Here it is. You take the little R188 attachment and you slide it on, and then you take the top part and you screw it in. Just make sure that everything is aligned before you push. There shouldn't be any problems, but just in case. So as you can see, everything is very well aligned. I have the bottom piece, the plastic protector, the R188 attachment, and then the top that I closed, and all you do is turn. Good, I didn't need to use boiling water. These, as you see, they have some knurl to them, and they are quite grippy. Let me finish pushing through. All right, we're good. And as I said, this is the second spinner that I am changing the bearing out for, and I don't seem to need glue, to boil the glue or heat up the glue to get it to come off. So here we have a spinner without a bearing. Now we can remove the plastic part, our R188 portion, and the original bearing. Now I don't know how tight. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. How tight this bearing hole is. Some you need to use glue with, some you don't. I actually don't think I need to use glue with this one. It seems to be holding pretty well. And I was actually able to just push the new bearing in. That's something that I always try. Some bearings have, some spinners, sorry, I'm real out of it today. Some spinners, the hole is too large for it to just sit in place, and it does require adhesive, and some doesn't. I'm guessing that this one does not, but I do want to make sure that it's sitting perfectly flush. Now, I don't want to ruin my spinner. This one has smaller buttons. Let's see. The 608 attachment is going to be very helpful here. So I'm going to put the 608 attachment on. Then I'm going to slide my bearing on. And then I'm going to put the R188 attachment on. And all I'm going to do is slide it down so that everything is sitting perfectly flush. Now, some spinners you have to eye it, some have a lip. It is more difficult when you're using Loctite because you have a limited amount of time to get it sitting perfectly. This one isn't perfectly flush. I do have to eyeball it a little bit. Let's see, can I get it to focus? As you can see, it's sitting a little bit under this lip, so I am gonna have to push it down more. It's kind of a trial and error thing. Some sit perfectly flush, and some sit in a little bit of a recessed opening. So this one has the tiniest bit of a recessed opening, so I'm just turning it the slightest. I think I actually pushed it a touch too far, but we shall see. Nope, it's actually pretty ideal. So it's actually kind of inconvenient that I didn't have to use Loctite here, because I was kind of hoping to show you guys what I do with Loctite. I've gotten a bunch of questions about it recently. Maybe I'll do another video in the next little while. Oh my God, that's like a million times better. You will know instantly if your bearing isn't sitting in there evenly. You will have a lot of play. You'll be able to visually see it moving up and down. I don't seem to be having this problem. So everything looks like it was installed perfectly. I guess I will have to do another video at some point that involves the Loctite, just to help you guys out who have questions about it. But my biggest thing was showing you guys how to use the bearing removal tool, because a lot of people are curious about it and they don't want to ruin their bearings or their spinners, and I totally get that. So bearing replaced. That literally took no time. This video, it's been going on for just under 8 minutes. So that just goes to show how easy it is to switch out a bearing. Now, I got this bearing tool from FidgetHQ. It was originally on sale for $18. I know they have to raise the price just slightly because it cost a little bit more to make than they had expected, but I think it's still going to be under $25. Regardless, it is a steal. It is a fantastic tool. I should have grabbed my other one out of the kitchen so that I could show you what the other one was like. Basically, the other one, I paid 25 bucks for it. I paid more, and it has the potential to break. A lot of people did have theirs break, and it takes so much more pressure to do anything. With this one, there's no pressure, there's no tiny little screws to turn. It's just very easy, manual turning. So I highly recommend this bearing removal tool. It's great. It is hefty, by the way. If you need a self-defense tool, we were kind of joking about it in the FZ bearing lounge the other day, that you could totally use this for self-defense. This plus a sock, super self-defense. No, I'm joking. I'm not actually advocating for that, but it is very, very, very heavy. I think it weighed like 335 grams. So it's not something you're going to want to carry around in your bag with you. That's for sure. But it is a fantastic tool. So that's how you change out a bearing. I guess I didn't need this stuff. I will do another one at some point to show you what I do with Loctite, and how simple it is even if you have to Loctite it. It just takes a little bit more time for it to cure and whatnot before you can actually use it. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to post them in the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk to you guys, whether it's about spinners or bearings or accessories or whatever, or, even personal stuff. So I hope that you guys were able to learn something today. I really hope that this was helpful for you. I know that a lot of you have been wanting it. So I hope that satisfied you. If you have, any other questions, something that I didn't cover today, minus the Loctite stuff, please don't hesitate to ask. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.